Okay, the dreaded Harley brake calipers, the little pistons that are stiffer than hell. I've done one before on one of my bikes or somebody's bike, I can't remember. So you're supposed to, it'd be easier if it's still hooked up to the hydraulic line and pump them out a bit to see which ones are free, but I'm going to use air pressure. And I don't want to just put air pressure to it and pop a couple pistons out, or I'll never get the other ones out. So I'm going to put a block of wood in here and see which ones are going to move. And then put some air pressure to it and make sure they're all going to move. And then just clean it all up and put it back together. Probably should have ordered O-rings for it all. I don't know what the cost of them is. And if they look bad or if it's stiff, then I will have to order that and wait another week for parts. But I think they're going to be okay. Just clean them up and get the right brake fluid in here. Make sure they're all moving freely. So let's blow this apart. Okay, right here, I'll put some gloves on. Just gonna shove a block of wood in here. There's a guy on YouTube he's got all the fancy tools for doing this. So I'm gonna put it right in here. Let's see what's coming out. Nothing so far. Oh. Wow, those babies might be stuck. I gotta turn my air compressor up some more. Got two of them to move, that one and that one. That one's starting to come out. Three of them, just that one there. It's moving a little bit. My compressor will go to 150, but I don't like that. Go shut it off. Yeah, I think my compressor's at about 140. And just this one here is hanging up a little bit. I'm going to try to pry up on this to hold that one out. Oh. Coming. I may have got this one out too far now. Yeah, this piston's come out. Well, I think we're good to go. I'm going to take these off. I already loosened these off with my wrench, 12-point wrench, because this is only 1/4 inch drive. All three the same size. This was what I was wondering, was how how this little thing goes here, the spring. Guess it just sits like that, I guess. Piston looks good. Looks really good. I'm gonna try to put the pistons back in the same hole. This was the one here that was coming out really easy. This one was half stuck in, so I put this clamp on there, put it back in, hold my finger over this hole and over the hose hole right up here on top, right there. Put your fingers on this, and then I put my air compressor hose onto this one. It just lightly pops. But I had this all packed in front of it so it wouldn't shoot out and take my knuckle off. It just came out not too hard at all. So now I'm going to pop the O-rings out. Somehow I lost that video, but I'm on the second one now. I just popped that one out. I cleaned this one up, put it back in. And I get this O-ring out here. They're all so clean that they don't really need anything. Very little stuff in there at all. There's a little top dust seal one in here too. I popped it out of that one, but it was spotless, so I'm not even going to take that one out. I'm just going to lube this back up, put it back in there with dot 5. Okay, one side down. I'll do the other side. Okay, I already got this back together. I just haven't torqued these to the final torque. I'll do that on the bike when this is fixed and stationary. But here's the brake pads. These are, what are they called? EBS. EBS, and these are sintered. Or are these semi-sintered? Semi-sintered, I think. Yeah, semi-sintered Formula brake pads. I think they're 30 bucks a pair. But you can see there's they're different. There's a inside and an outside one. And I kind of forgot which way I took it out, but luckily I got the parts catalog. This is the factory parts catalog. And you can see this one with the square notch goes here. And this one with the double little tits goes there on the outside. The square notch is on the inside. Well, they're on the outside of this, on the outside of the wheel, I guess, and this one's on the inside. So they go like that. Well, these pins, when I took them all out, they were bone dry. Just like everything I've taken apart on this bike so far. There's absolutely no grease in anything. So I use some brake synthetic or silicone grease right here. You get these little packs when you buy brake kits, and I always keep them. And I just put a little coating on each. That way the pads can slide on it fairly easily. And it won't melt and drip onto the pads. Okay, that's it. I got all the torque specs in the manual, and I'll do that when I get the brakes back on the bike. Okay, I don't care who you are, this is hard to put back together. You've got to put the brake caliper in there, the axle, 2 spacers, and the cams. We're going to grease that up. The sprocket here, or the belt drive sprocket with the rubber damper inside, and then there's a bushing that goes inside here as well too. I'm going to put a little grease on that. And then you got the wheel. That probably weighs 40 pounds or so. And then you got to get the belt on at the same time. I'm going to try to do it without taking the front belt cover off. You know, I've done it on other bikes and never had to take it off. I don't know about the V-Rod, but so you got to juggle all these things in. So we're going to start from the left side and push the shaft through the pulley and work our way over this way. And then the shocks, I'm not sure, the other shock is disconnected. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have to disconnect the shock on the right side of the bike here to get it back together or not. I'm not sure. So I'll take these 3 off on that side. The spacer goes after. Yeah, so first thing is I'm gonna put a little grease on this one here. This is the spacer that goes inside the dampener. I just like everything lubed up. It's lubed up, it can't rust. Put that in the damper. And then I'm gonna put I took this axle out, there was nothing on this, like it was bone dry. But I'm gonna put a little grease on it. Can't rust if there's grease on it. And I'd go in a little easier. Okay, let's try her. I'm gonna wipe my hands off here. Let's try her. The hard part's going to be getting the caliper over the disc because it just fits inside here. It just. And I don't know, I might have to crank the bike up too, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. I don't know if it's easier to set this on there now. Like that. Without the spacer. I'll try to put this on in a minute. Let me try it with the sprocket on first. I'm gonna put the damper in the wheel. I think. Like that. Like that. Like that. Don't know. I'll try. Put the belt on. Okay, so now I think it's going to be easier if I lower the bike down. That way I'm closer to sliding the axle through. I don't know. Let's just try. I think I gotta get a big spacer in here at the same time. Let's see. I just need my rubber mallet. I just kind of shove the spacer in there. I'm not even going to put the belt on. Well, maybe I can now. That's all right. That's got to be like that. I don't know here. Don't know. Okay, I can feel it coming out the other side. So now I got to get this spacer on. And you know what? I got to get the caliper on. Right there. So this caliper's got to go. This might be difficult. I've got to slide this caliper in there. So I think I might have fucked up. I think I might have fucked up already. Yeah, I gotta take that. I gotta take it out. I have to slide this in first. So put this on here, and then slide it up and into there. That. There. Then raise the whole thing up like that. Now I lost the sprocket inside. I wish I had a board I could shove under here. Yep, it's gonna be hard. Okay. Looks like that. Time out. Okay, I'm getting close. I got it through the spacer. I'm just gonna leave the belt off. And I got the caliper located, but I don't have the spacer in there yet. I'm just caught on that fucking thing. How could I be caught on that? Nut. Oh, there we go. I think. I don't know. Just gotta get this past this shock nut here. Where's my crowbar? Up and away. Oh, I just gotta get that past there. I need my crowbar, it's right there. If that shock bolt wasn't in there, it'd be much easier. It's kind of holding me up a little bit here. There. I just gotta get it past it. Oh my word, it's right there. There. It's just pinching it there. Okay, now get this axle to come through. It'd be nice to get that spacer in there. Spacer goes in between, right there. Okay, now this just has to fucking nick my bad finger. I gotta tap that spacer up a little bit. Here we go. That should be pretty close right there. Oh, I just got to get the whole wheel back now. Up there. And it's got to go up. I think we got her. I think we got her. Ouch, motherfucker. I think we got her lined up. Brake hose is loose. Belt slipped on. There's the nut. That cam goes on first. It goes that way. Like that. Let me go get a wrench. Okay. Shut this out. Okay, got her back in. Got the belt tension set roughly where I want it, and I'll double check it when I'm sitting on the bike. I'm just going to put the belt guard back on so I can put the shock back on. So this thing kind of slides in behind there. There's two grommets, one here and one here, one here, that I got to slide in at the same time. Probably once you do this a few times, you get the hang of it. I even oiled it too, so it's going easy. Okay, there's the slot right there. Oh, come on. Oh, that one's got to go up higher. There we go. There. There we go. I was pushing that one in down too low. There's an aluminum boss there that hits, so you got to get it on top of that boss. And then she goes in there. And that goes there. I got this all greased up. That goes there. this one up here. I'll get the torque specs for these. I think it's 35, but I'll double check that. And next thing is get the brake hose on and bleed those brakes. There's the lower flap. That's got one screw that holds that on. I may as well put that on too. Okay, took off the front cover here. Just one screw on the bottom. Torque bit. I don't know what the number is. Oh. What is it? T25. And then I'm just going to take the cover off of this. This is the master cylinder for the rear. At the front. And the fluid's all gone because I let it drain out the back. But I'm going to fill it up with .5. The hose at the back caliper, I just put the bolt in a couple threads, leaving it loose. I want to see fluid. I want to see fluid coming out of there first before I tighten that up. You can see why this is hard to bleed. The caliper looks a little bit higher than this. So that's going to be difficult. Feels like the piston's sticking. I can hear it at the back, so I'm going to snug it up. And just try bleeding it normal. Let's see if I get lucky. See if you can get the whole action here. I'm pumping with my right hand on the pedal, and then I'm cracking the bleeder. The bleeder's above the hose. Here's the hose here, and the bleeder's above it. So the air is going to rise to the top. Reservoir is going down. It's about halfway down. But nothing coming out of there yet. Okay, this should be back a little bit here, maybe. Get the whole picture. Back here, back there. It's close up. Nothing coming out of there yet. That 3/8 wrench is too big. I need a short one so I can get a bigger swing on it. Make sure I'm getting it open. There. Oh, there we go. Well, I'll put a couple rags in here. Not use a hose. I need more fluid already. There. I can feel it firming up now. Yeah, a little bit of air out of there. Solid stream coming out, but it's still yellow. I'm going to keep doing it till it's purple. Okay, that's all I'm doing today. The back end is done. We got the rear caliper, pistons out, everything cleaned up there. Got the rear brakes flushed straight out of all the .4 or .3, whatever's in there was yellow. Got the back wheel, the tire on, back wheel polished all up. Greased the shafts, greased all the bolts on the shocks. I still got to torque those things though. I'll do that here shortly. I think I've got the torque specs right here. I think it's 35. Oh, it's got the torque here for it somewhere. Yeah, be in here. Anti-seize on all the bolts, shock bolts, Titan shock mount fasteners, 31 to 50 foot-pounds. It's a big difference, 20 pounds difference. So I'll do that right now. Probably set them at 45. I think that's what I've still got the torque wrench at. Okay, here's the torque specs for the brake. Rear, Titan bridge bolts, 28 to 38 foot-pounds. The bridge bolts are those 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. 28 to 38, so I'm going to do that right now. The banjo bolt on the rear is 17 to 23 foot-pounds. .5's got .5 everywhere. Do not put .4 in there. Mine bled so easily, pumped up so easily. I'm just looking for the pin bolt torques. Okay, the install new pad pins if needed, but you torque them to 180 to 200 inch-pounds. And the bleeder bolt, I think was 100. I just saw that in there. Well, I've never torqued those before. You just do that by feel. I can't find it now, but it was there. The brake line to the thing is 17 to 23 foot-pounds to the caliper. Okay, so the back end is done. We got the swing arm in. We got that all greased up. The shaft was in beautiful shape there. I couldn't believe that wasn't rusted. I got it milled down so I can put the chrome caps on. I only took off a little bit. And we got the rear brake pads on. Pistons cleaned up. Got the rear wheel, brand new tire on there. Dunlop tires. Got the wheels polished. Got the exhaust hole back on. Got that all bled out. The .4 in there. So I'm ready for the front end. So the front end's going to be in the next video. And in that, we're going to do the brakes, new brake pads, flush out the .4 in there. I think I already did it in the front. I'm not sure if I got both sides. And then we're going to do Probably going to order new seals and change the fork oil for sure in both of them. And oh yeah, I got to polish up the rear wheel. I'm going to get that polished up as best I can, and I got a new tire there ready to go on, and the bearings should be in a couple days. Put new bearings in there as well too. And that once I get that done, this bike's ready for safety. So I want to take it in and get it safety next week, switched into my name, and get that done because vehicle safeties in Ontario are going to more than double next year. The government wants you to take pictures of the measurements of the calipers and the brake pads and photographs and tire wear and measurements of the tire wear and photographs, and you got to send it all in. Like they're making it like everybody's a criminal just because a couple people were cheating the system. They're punishing everybody. So the only way the shops can make money is they got to double, triple the rates to pay for the extra time. And some shops are just going to hire a full-time photographer just to run around and take pictures of all the stuff and download it, put it on the internet, and send it off to the ministry. It's insane. It's insane what our country has become. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. She's getting closer.